Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? Let me move this closer because it's not picking me up as good as usual. Hello. Um, I'm starting early today because I have a doctor's appointment this afternoon, so I'm gonna have to end early. And like significantly early, so I don't want to like I wanted to capitalize on as much stream time as I can. Um, Hello, Sea Girl. How are you doing today? I'm doing my makeup. Our first was Liz, who also got a 50 stream streak, which is wild. And I know Liz was like, I can let this die now, but I don't ever want streaks to stress any of you out, so don't let that happen. If that is, just let it die. But also if you want to keep it going, keep it going. I think they're so fun, and um I think it's really cool when people show up multiple, a bunch. But we also have a daily check-in. So even if you can't check it, even if you can't be here every in a row, days in a row, we still have people that have really high check-in numbers, and that's equal, I would say. That's equal. And then our early owls were Kaylee, Gala, Renegade Darling, Ern, and Ramiko. So welcome in. I can maintain it with the new full-time stream. That's so fair. Cause one day a week it was okay. But now you're like, girl, I have work. Which is so fair. And then Renegade Darling said, okay, how fun was stream yesterday? Which, thank you so much, Marshmallow. Yeah, the teas are cool because they give you, it will also pop out yours today was pomegranate green tea, but then another person got sea shanty, which is not a real tea flavor, but it is funny and a little bit of a pun. I love a pun. I'm also drinking tea this morning. I went downstairs to figure out what I was gonna eat because I started early, so I'm running late for starting early. So I was like, what am I gonna eat? I was assuming that I was gonna have peanut butter toast and coffee like I do every day. I've also noticed my voice is a little raspy today, and I'm not sure if it's because I've been talking for 5 days straight or if it's because I'm getting sick or if it's allergies. I really don't know. So I'm hoping it's not me being sick. I'm hoping it's a combination of talking and allergies. But then I went downstairs and I still had half of my sandwich from the other day and my tea from when I ordered my sandwich. And I was like, oh my God, past me really was so amazing and really had me in her thoughts. And I love that for us. Okay, so what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Yesterday was so fun. So for those that weren't here yesterday or didn't see, Twitch came in yesterday. So I'm in the Pride Guild and on and I'm also in the Women's Guild. And last year I got accepted onto the Pride Shelf, which was the first time they'd done that for the Pride Guild. And then this year I got accepted onto the Legendary Women's Shelf, which I will say I think I'm allowed to talk about it, but the discovery that I've gotten on the Legendary Women's Shelf is astronomically larger than the discovery that I got on the Pride Shelf. Even in the whole 9 months I've been on the Pride Shelf, in the last 5 days, it's astronomically larger on the Legendary Women's Shelf. So if you were wondering, that's my statistics. Um, I didn't even know Twitch streamed. Yeah, so you should honestly, like, if you are a streamer, I think you should... Oh my gosh, hello, Tom. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Also, I heard from Marley the good news. So congratulations to Tom and the future Mrs. Tom, for, you know, getting engaged. Marley's also engaged. I don't know if you've talked to Marley, but Marley's also engaged now. So that's really cool. I did the scary thing and I'm so proud of you. You did great. So I'm really happy for you, and I heard, but I haven't been in her chat. Yeah. If you go in, I'm sure she'll dish about it for sure. She loves talking about it. But yes, welcome in. So yes, so I oh, also Tom, do you want a blue bead for subscribing? We have new incentives for subscribing in my channel. Okay, yes, I'll grab you a blue bead. Basically what they are is anybody who does like a regular sub gets a color like this. Anybody who gifts subs gets a choice of one of these colors. These are for tier 2 and these are for tier 3. And they're all going in this jar. And then at the end of the month, I will make a bead chain like this, and then we'll have like a bunch of bead chains from all the people that have subscribed to me. So that's a cool new feature. And we're also going to be getting new bit and subscriber alerts, like audio alerts. They aren't live yet though. I need to work on them. I'm probably going to do that after my doctor's appointment today. So by next week they should be live. But that's also coming to the channel. But yeah, so I'll grab a blue bead for you. And put you in the jar. So, oh, and then for yesterday, because I'm going to explain a little bit more about what happened yesterday. This is the bead that's going to go on for the... Oh my gosh. And I love Sharvana. I don't know if that was a random gift or if you specifically typed in Sharvana, but I love Char. Okay. Because that is a tier 2 and a gift, I guess I'll just do both beads. Do you want blue for both of them as well? Or I can do like a purple heart for Char, because I know Char loves purple. And then they're in your viewer list. Not to out. Well, hello Char. Glad you're here. Okay, I'll give you a blue gift and I'll give a purple heart. Thank you so much. That's so generous. I appreciate that so much. No, it's okay. I'm sure that she's like working or something. I got my hair caught in the thing. Okay, so I'll add these to the jar as well. Welcome in. So yesterday, for giving you purple hearts, I saw them and recognized them and was like, yeah, no, they're a great streamer. They're also partner pushing, like now or soon. So if any of you want to follow Sharvana and drop them lurks and stuff in the next few months, or like maybe you'll just fall in love with her content and hang out there all the time, that would be great. Okay, I'm gonna do a big shout out for Sharvana, actually. There we go. So if you guys want to follow. Sorry to like super call you out if you're lurking, my darling, but I want to support you. If you can hear me. So yeah, so yesterday I was streaming with Marley as I do every Thursday. We were playing Ranch Simulator, which is a very interesting game for us, like cutesy girly pops to play, because we're literally like raising animals to slaughter them and then like sell their meat, which sounds super gruesome. I promise it's less gruesome in the game, but like it is the like fact of that. You're now blue collar. Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of a funny game for us to like so much, but we love this game. So we're playing this game, and oh my gosh, Bobcat, you got slutty. Slay. I hope you're feeling slutty today. Whatever that means for you. So we were playing this game and we're having a good time, and then all of a sudden Twitch gifts 20, I think they gifted 20 subs. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. And I know Twitch does this like randomly sometimes, so I'm like, I assume they're just passing through, they gift the subs and then they are like, you're welcome, and then run away. You know, like sometimes they do that like randomly. So I'm like, thank you so much. Like, that was amazing. But then they're like, we're featuring you. You are on the front page right now. We're like on the Twitch channel. We're featuring you in the Legendary Women's Shelf, like featured hour. And I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. Hello, welcome in everybody. And I'm getting like tons of follows. Like a good day for me, like a day where I'm like, oh, I got a lot of follows today, I'll get, oh cool, so no pressure. No, Marley literally said, okay, so no pressure. Or actually, I think Marley said, so pressure, because that's Marley. And then they're like, no pressure. And then, so what was I saying? They came in, we're playing the game. Oh my God, I lost my whole train of thought. Oh, a good day for me is like 10 followers. That's when I'm like, I'll like text my boyfriend and be like, I got so many follows today. It'll be like 10, right? Yesterday I got like 40 follows. So it was like a lot of follows. We beat our goal. 1738 came and went so fast. It was like a joke follow goal, but like, yeah, it was really funny. So then we're like chatting with them, and I know just from like a like broadcasting production standpoint that if they're featuring people, I maybe have like between 5 and 10 minutes to like, I have like elevator pitch time right now. Like that's what I'm working with. So I'm like, I switched to Big People Little Game, which I went back and watched the VOD. They loved Big People Little Game, by the way. They were like, that's so smart and like, this is fun. Because, you know, for those that don't know what Big People Little Game is, it's this, where the game is up here and then Marley will be over there, or whoever I'm streaming with, and then we get to like chat and whatever, where we're bigger. Because sometimes the thing in the game is not what we're wanting to show. Sometimes I'm like, I use this setting spray by Urban Decay, and you don't want to show it like, this small, but you also don't want people to not be able to see Marley or the game. So we have big people, little game. And so I was like chatting here and I in the chat, like when I went back and looked, there was somebody that was like, "Oh my God, I love these scenes." And I'm like, thank you, I just redid them. Like it was kind of perfect timing because I just came back from my break and I also just redid all of my scenes. So it was like thank God I had more to like work with. Um Yes, the new schedule does have Friday streams. Although we were early today. They won't normally be like they'll normally be at 11 like like the other days. But I went early today because I have a doctor's appointment at like 1:45, meaning I need to get to the hospital at 1:30, meaning I have to leave here at 1:15. So I will be ending at probably 1 o'clock to manage all of that. Because I also have to shovel my walkway really quick and like, you know, all those things. So I will be like ending early. Therefore, I wanted to go live early, because I don't really like, I know there are tons of people that stream for short amounts of time. Literally, Malachi will sometimes stream for like an hour or like 45 minutes. Like, Derek's pretty all right the other day, literally streamed for 45 minutes and then raided Sun Guy, which was like so fun. I'm so glad that like Malachi got to raid him and then like they all got to play the golf game and like Raleigh got to hang out with Malachi, even though I learned later, because I went to bed, I learned later that Malachi was bullying Raleigh. And I was like, what the heck? Raleigh's only ever been nice to you. Why are you being mean to him? So yeah, right? I was like, what the hell? So then I also, hello choose, welcome in. I'm telling the story of yesterday when I got featured on the front page, which as an affiliate, like it's incredibly rare to have your face on the front page if you're an affiliate. You pretty much have to be partnered or somebody has to feature you for some reason. So to have mine and Marley's faces on the front page was kind of crazy. And we're getting a bunch of follows. What I thought was so sweet is that they also went and they gifted to Marley too. Twitch gifted to Marley as well. And like people were following her too. And I think that's like so amazing because like I love Marley and she deserves just as much recognition, if not more, than me. So I was so stoked about that. And Marley has been here for so many big moments for me. Like, I just love Marley so much. But like when I hit 1K followers, I was streaming with Marley, and like when Twitch comes in, I'm streaming with Marley. And like that's just meaningful to me. Like she is like literally a fifth of my channel, if not like a quarter of my channel. And so yeah, I was really excited about that. So they're like featuring us and I'm like, this is my friend Marley. We stream together every Thursday. I stream things like just chatting, co-working, crafting, things like that. I'm like giving elevator pitch to this situation. And then they're like, can we name a pig because we're playing Ranch Simulator? We're like, yes. They're like, please don't turn our pig into bacon. And I'm like, no, we'll name a girl pig and we try to keep those alive. So it'll be fine. Glitch the pig. Yes. So then they were like, can we name the pig Glitch? And I was like, yeah, sure. You can name it whatever you want. So we get out the name tags. We're naming it. We're showing them stuff. And then like I know that like they're getting ready to like move on to the next one in my head. What I didn't know is that we were the last people that they featured in this like hour of giving. Um so then they're like bye and I'm like bye, thank you so much. Like this was so meaningful. I'm telling them that like Marley and I met on Twitch. I met my partner on Twitch. Like Twitch is a huge part of my life. Twitch has become such like a giant. My grandma's been on here, my sister, like it's a family affair. It's great. Also, that crying, yelling emote reminds me of the All That logo. Um Also, yesterday on Thurgood's stream, he was listening to music. I'm assuming just like some random like YouTube playlist. And there was like this All That remix where it was like a slowed down, more like lo-fi instrumental featuring All That like clips. And I loved it. And I don't know how to find that song. So if Seagirl, if you're still listening and you can get that link from him, I would appreciate that. Because I thought it was a vibe. But yeah, so then we're going about the rest of our like farming vibes, and about like 5-ish minutes goes by and I'm like, oh my god, like that was so cool that just happened. Like I never would have expected that. Like that was crazy. And then Twitch raids us. Twitch raided me yesterday, which is crazy. So that was something that happened. Like I don't even know what to say. Like I'm kind of speechless about it. And like it was so fun. Just a little raid. Yeah. And then yeah. And then we know it's like 1:30 at this point. Marley has to leave at 2. And we both, like Marley and I both know this. Train's in the chat being like, Marley, you have a 15-minute warning or whatever. And we're like, okay, but like how do we can't just like leave like right after Twitch raids us. That's not what we're gonna do here. So Marley raids me and we switch to Water Park Simulator. So then I'm playing and like chatting. I showed the raid video, which people seemed to like, and then also we like I showed them some of the crafts that I'm doing. So I showed them, which I don't know if I've showed you guys yet. Well, I mean, if you were here yesterday, but I put the mouth plate into the puppet. So we have a puppet head now that we can like talk with. And then I also made eyes, which I haven't yet like sanded or painted or anything like that yet. But we also need to make like, I don't want to call it like her skin because that's crazy, but we basically need to make her skin, which is a felt like sheath that goes over her face. And there's like fleece that will go in here as well, which I actually need to, after I get back from my doctor's appointment, I need to go to the store and get like something for, like I don't have colors that I think would work for this right now. Like I have the white fleece, which I want to use as her base. But I don't have the colors that I want for the accents in felt or fleece. So I need to get that. I need to get that. So that will be something I need to get when I go like out this afternoon. But as you might be able to tell, I have my sewing machine here. So I'm getting ready to like work on the puppet. Where do you go for fabric? So unfortunately, well, as we all know, Joanne's RIP Joanne, you know. But I didn't have one anyway, so I would have had to go far away to get one, to get stuff from there. But I go for like fabric, I go to Walmart. Because my Walmart has a pretty good fabric selection. Like I wouldn't say that it's high-end fabric by any means, but they have a variety of like weights, colors, patterns, like that kind of thing. Like I would say if you're like beginner to intermediate fabric needer, you could go to Walmart for that. Or I would probably start ordering online. I haven't ordered any fabric online yet because I wouldn't say that I'm like confident in like using the fabric, you know, like I think I have enough to work with, and like I have to get more like confident in like, okay, I need this much fabric for this much, like for this project. Um that I will say, person that just came in, that is a weird first time chat. Um Also please use English only in the chat. Um so those were two different first time chats, by the way. um I will say that we have a library of fabric at my mom's house, and I'm like, I can't buy any more at this moment. Yes. Welcome in. Thank you for that follow. Yeah, so I have like enough right now that I can work with it and like get more used to making things and more used to working with patterns before I am like, okay, I need XYZ fabric for XYZ project. So that's why I haven't ordered any online yet. But then for like felt, I go to like felt and a lot of my like string and like other like ribbons or things like that, I go to Michael's. I wish I had a local craft store, but I just don't. There's just not a local craft store near me. Like a um like a small business. So I go to Michael's for my crafting needs. Oh yeah, but I was gonna answer the weird first time chat. I don't really care who pays for a date. Have I ever tried stamp carving? No, but I want to. Yes, yes. Twitch came in yesterday. We were just talking about that. So Twitch came in and featured me for the like hour of gifting for the Legendary Women's um shelf. They featured like 9 people, I think. So I went back and watched the VOD because I was curious as to what was happening on the other side of that, because like people were in my chat and like following, and like we were all having a good time, but I was curious as to what was happening on their end. And they were like honestly so sweet. And it was a really lovely experience. Um but also watching back the VOD of them watching me was incredibly stressful. And I'm like, Bryn, it literally already happened. You don't need to be nervous. It's fine. It went well. But I just get nervous about being like observed, which is funny because I'm being observed right now. But, you know. Yeah, it went really well, and the hosts were so sweet and kind. What I thought was really cool is that Shania was the person that they featured before me, and I have so many mutual friends with Shania, and I've met Shania at TwitchCon, and they are just like a really cool streamer and person. So it's cool to be like back to back with Shania. Um But yeah, so it went super well. The VOD is up if you wanted to go see their feature. I'll make my VOD live too, so you can see what my reactions and stuff were. I haven't done that yet. Sorry, I'm peeling off glue off of these lashes so I can keep wearing them longer. Because I don't want to keep buying eyelashes. So, um, but yeah, it was so fun, and they're gonna be doing more of those, so keep an eye out for them. They're doing lots of features for women this month that are on the Legendary Women shelf, and I know some people in the chat are on it too. I don't know if any of you have announced it that are on it, but I'm very happy and excited for you. And like I said, there is a huge jump in engagement from being on the women's shelf than there was on the pride shelf. And I don't know exactly why that is. I think my brother made a good point in saying that like searching for like women to watch is a lot more of a common search than gay people to watch. Um, and that doesn't mean that you don't want to find gay people, but like maybe you want to find gay women, so you start with women and you work your way down from there. You know what I mean? So I think that there's a lot going on. And I also do feel like the Pride shelf has like a lot more VTubers on it, and obviously VTubers are quite popular, so I think that could also have something to do with it. I mean, yes, but also the Pride shelf went live during Pride month. So I feel like that would have the same push. You know, like I do feel like engagement will go down when like next month for sure, because it won't be the first thing on the list on the front page. But I do feel like I went back and I looked at like the entire time from June 1st of last year till last Tuesday, and then compared the two numbers, and 9 months of Pride shelf including Pride month compared to 2 days on the women's shelf was like an astronomical difference. Like we're talking 4 times the impressions and double the viewers over 2 days compared to 9 months. And that was crazy. I mean, it could also have something to do with like I've been streaming longer. I have more followers now. You know, I have, you know, maybe I'm hitting a higher mark on the page because of other things that I've done or am doing. You know, it could have to do with me, you know. I think also that the Women's Guild is older and a lot more well known. So I think like that also has something to do with it. Um, you're a celebrity to me, Jaylee. We're like actually friends. I don't need to be a celebrity. I can just be your friend. There's a raccoon in the garage. Oh my god. Can you keep it? I love you, Jaylee. And I hopefully maybe will see you sooner than 2 years from now, but I will for sure see you 2 years from now when your sister gets married because I will be there. Oh, by the way, Malachi, we're going to Marley's wedding. Yes, she put me on the guest list and I wouldn't miss it for the world. Okay. So I did my makeup. That's one thing. And we're only 20 minutes into the stream time that I was supposed to start at. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for that med check. I did take my meds today, but anybody else that may not have. Oh, yeah. So then after, while I was doing all the Twitch stuff, I was explaining to them my like little jar to put that I'm putting things in. And I pulled out this bead, which I'm going to use on the like um string, but it doesn't fit in the jar. So I have to just leave it off to the side for now, but not where I am. It's also gray here. But yeah, no, you're invited. I mean, you're at least invited as my +1. So I don't know if you'll be invited if you get rid of me between now and then. But I'm not counting on that, so we're going. I'm so happy it's spring and no longer freezing my socks off. It snowed last night. So it's still cold here. It's still cold here. We did have a couple of warm days, but jealous that I'm going. Oh, jealous that it's spring. But yeah. So we're eating a sandwich and then we're going to get to crafting. I brought out my long charger, so I think I'm going to try and use my tripod today for the cam instead of what I normally use, which is this thing. This is what I normally use on my desk to hold my camera, but I don't have like a far enough away place to put it. So I'll use my tripod. Question. Could you just open the garage and let the raccoon out? We tried, he won't budge. Aww. He's probably cold and scared. I mean, I'm hoping animal control just nets them and then plops them outside somewhere. Like, he's not gonna like it, but hopefully animal control isn't like mean about it. Do you guys use your garage? Like, as more than storage? Not really. If I had a garage, mm, why is she freaked? Did she think like he has rabies or something? Mm. Don't you have a dog and a cat and a fish? No cat. Okay. Does she like your dog? Oh. Whenever I see um a cavalier or like a spaniel type dog, I think of Indy. Like in my head, Indy um is a cocker spaniel. Okay, let's see how I can do this. So, not that you guys are asking me what I'm doing at the doctor's today, nor would you ever push me to tell you. Um, oh, I love this song. I listened to the song in the shower this morning. Um, we have an ad, so I'm gonna get my camera set up. Just looks nice on you still. Sorry, I'm moving stuff around. Welcome back from the ads, everybody. Um, but yeah, so today's doctor's appointment is to check up on my Adderall. But then also while I'm there, I'm hoping to get my shots. So I'm gonna ask the nurse if she can get me the stuff for the whooping cough shot and also COVID and flu shot. Um, Not that I have like any set plans to visit Texas in the next 9 months, but don't forget rabies. You usually don't need that unless there's a chance you've been bit. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna get them because one, they're good to get, but also, um, my friend's having a baby, and if I wander in to a situation where I'm in Texas and I can't see that baby, I would be so mad at myself. So I'm just gonna do it while I'm at the doctor. Does this give away any personal information? No, this is fine. Okay, cool, 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 cool. You guys are gonna get such a different view of my room all of a sudden. Shit. Oh god, no, I wanna. Please let me into my phone. Okay. Ooh, it's so zoomed in. Why is it zoomed in like that? Okay, I actually think I want to switch this. There we go. Now I have more control over the. Okay. Hello, everybody. Sorry, I was sorting out my camera. I know. Hopefully you could still hear me. um Oh my god, no, not the hiccups. God damn it. Cool. This is gonna be so fun. You guys never get to see me from this angle. Let me fix my. Maybe I'll tuck my shirt in. You get to see how messy my desk is. Wait, let's do a little bit of organizing. What else do I have on here that I might want to move? Okay, I think that's good. Isn't that crazy? Oh, the critter. New angle. I know. How do we like it? So basically, I'm left-handed, so this is kind of a weird angle for this. Maybe I'll just try and do it from this angle. But I'm just sanding these eyeballs. Which are gonna be eyeballs for my lady puppet. My hands are gonna be covered in this stuff. It's just polymer clay, so it's like not like, I don't think it's dangerous. Pretty sure it's non-toxic. I love puppets. I'm a big puppet fan. So much so that I'm literally making my own from scratch. Trial and erroring. I think I really want to like take off a little bit of depth on this bottom part so it's really flat. I'm gonna be covered in clay powder. Oh my gosh, yes! I didn't even know that they had that there. Malachi and I watched Dark Crystal for well, it was not my first time watching it, but it was his first time watching it. And when it first pulled up, he was like, "Am I gonna like this?" Like, he honestly was like, oh wait, what did you say? They got a Big Bird suit and a bunch of Muppet Treasure Island puppets. Oh, that's so fun. Oh, I feel like I would love that. Because you know how I love, like, gold trinkety, like, basically pirate aesthetic, honestly. If you can tell for my scene that I have right now. I do feel like a mask would be good for what I'm doing right now. Don't do what I'm doing. Use a mask. Oh, I need to change my scene. Or not my scene, my category. There we go. No, I had no idea. Okay. Just don't follow what I'm doing. I never claimed to be smart, you know? Have you been enjoying your debut week back to streaming? I have. I have. It's been a great week. And honestly, like, I don't know if you heard, but yesterday we got featured by Twitch. Um, and I'm on the Legendary Women's show this year. And when I Dremel, yeah, because like it's not really like in the air that much. Like it's kind of staying to this. But if I was using a power sander where like it was kind of like fluffing into the air, I would really be like, you should definitely wear a mask. Um, I think you should probably wear a mask for this too, but I think that I'm probably gonna be fine. Um, but yeah, so what was I gonna say about my puppet? Or about ATL? Or about what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we watched Dark Crystal and it was his first time. And he saw the like the picture on the like video screen is of like the Skeksis, and he was like, those are kind of scary. And I'm like, yeah, but like it he's like, am I gonna like this? And um if we get polymer clay long, we'll get it together. Yeah, exactly. Um but yeah, so he's like, am I gonna like this? And I'm like, I think you like at the worst, you'll give it a 3 out of 5. Like, I think that you probably won't hate it, but it might not be your favorite. But he actually did really enjoy it, which I thought was awesome. And I honestly haven't seen it in like multiple years because I'm more of a Labyrinth girly, as you know. Hence me like literally naming my whole brand after it. Um and so what was I saying? Oh, we watched it again and it was honestly just like so cool. Like especially now as somebody who's like into puppetry like as an art form, like not just because I like puppets or like I like Labyrinth or I like Jim Henson. Like I love the craft that is like physical, like practical effects in performance art, basically, is what um I think of it as. Um I love the view. Thank you. This is a new angle. Because I couldn't get a good angle on my desk anymore. So I had to. Yeah, I love practical effects. Like, even in non puppetry instances, I love practical effects. I love set design. Like, I love the things that they're trying to cut out of movies, which is really unfortunate. I feel like I'm God watching the stream at this angle. Yeah, you can really see everything. Also, like, if I look at the camera, it's like kind of freaky. I've never seen this much of my own side profile, which normally would disturb me, but I'm working through it. I'm not a big fan of my side profile myself personally. Yeah, I just love like all of that stuff. And like even using like stop motion or like animation for things that like you can't do with physical effects instead of using like CGI, I think also is like really cool. Okay. Same old face in a certain way. When I'm streaming, I still don't like one side of my face. Oh, I'll face a certain way when I'm streaming, so I don't, because you don't like one side of your face. Yeah. Okay. I think these are good. I'm gonna go get some paper towels, wet paper towels specifically. And I'll be right back. But I don't know how else to clean this without a wet paper towel. Talk to text sucks. I'm sorry. Oh my god, I use talk to text all the time. Um, they're adopting one of my. Ooh, what's it called, son? I would love to know. Also, yeah, I use talk to text all the time, and it is a mess. I used it to message Erin the other day, and like every single word was wrong. It was really funny. Wildwood. Ooh, that's so fun. Hello, welcome in. How are you doing? License plates live free or die. It's just ain't that simple. Oh, thank you for that hydrate. Okay. I think we've cleaned up pretty well from this sanding adventure. Ride like Paul Revere. We're working on my puppet today, and these are the eyes, which I made out of polymer clay using a tablespoon. Is it this one? I used this tablespoon that I got at the dollar store for a mold to make these. So like they're about a tablespoon, a little bit less than a tablespoon of polymer clay, if you were wondering. Really? Who else is making puppets? Are they streamers or like your friends? I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily like a trendsetter, but I feel like I'm always an early adopter. Like I feel like I get really into something right as like it's becoming really popular, and it like it messes up my brain because I'm like I feel like I started this, but I know logically that I didn't because I don't have that much influence. But my two best friends and an acquaintance. Interesting. Indy, I wonder if that's a sign that you also need to make a puppet because clearly you surround yourself with puppet people. I have a basset hound head that I made ages ago for a soft body doll. I really need to make her paws and tail so I can sew her body. Yeah. I think you could do it. I think that I even like took the easy way out with this because I used a pattern that I didn't make. There's this free pattern on puppetnerd.com or .org or something like that. That I used to do this. I can show you the pattern. So this is the fleece that I got from Walmart. It's 1.5 yards of fleece. So I'm gonna cut the pattern out of that. This is her body, which I haven't glued together yet. Because I need to like look at the video more for that. But I'm focusing on her head really right now. I also got this punch needle, which I'm gonna use to add her hair. Which I'm gonna use this for her hair. And basically what I want to do is punch needle in all of her hair after I make the fleece covering. So once she has like her face on her, I basically want to punch needle in through the fleece and the foam to attach her hair, and then I'll probably go in here and like glue it down. So that's my idea. And this is gonna be her hair. It's like an orangey loops and threads. I think I got this at Michael's demi pearl. So it's like it's almost like a chenille kind of fabric, but it's really like plush and it won't like fray. Which is what I didn't want it to fray, basically. Also, I didn't realize how much this foam was like had so much static in it. Because I went to take my scraps and cut them up into little pieces. So that I could put them in this bag and then use them to stuff something in the future. Like I was thinking maybe I would make her like a little animal friend, stuffed animal kind of thing. And so I would use this as the stuffing because it was my scraps from making her anyway. So like, why waste it? Why throw it away when I could use it as fluff? But cutting it up into little tiny pieces and shoving it in this bag was a mess because I probably could have used a bigger bag. And then also I would recommend possibly even like rubbing it with like a dryer sheet because it's super staticky. This is my rubber cement, which all of these like yellowy lines on her, that's rubber cement. And then this is the pattern. And what's this? Oh, this is just a chunk of extra that I had. That I didn't want to just throw away. But I also was like, this is a good enough chunk that I don't need to cut it up into small pieces. I could actually just use this as is for something. So we're leaving that. My desk is becoming a mess right now, but that's okay. This is what I was looking for, which is a scrap of wrapping paper that I've been using as like the thing that I paint on top of so that like my stuff doesn't get all covered in paint. Okay. I don't want you guys to see me like wiping my streamer nose. Okay. I wonder if I could actually put my filters on this camera. Copy filters. Paste filters. Ooh, moody. Let me edit them a little bit. I just want to look at least like a little bit like my other camera. Okay. Yeah, I would say that's still better. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay, where am I putting all this stuff? I'm gonna go get my other table. I need another table. Okay. Sorry. There we go. Sorry. I just need a place to put all this stuff. There we go. Hello, welcome in. We're working on my puppet. This is my puppet's head so far. And this is the pattern that I need to use to cut out stuff. So we've already cut out this piece, which is the mouthpiece. And it's made out of plastic or wood. I used plastic. What I did was I went to the dollar store. So for me, that's Dollar Tree, where everything is like $1.25 or $1.50. And I got a Tupperware container. I can actually, can I grab it? Would that be too much of getting up out of this chair? It's this. So I got this because this was the hardest thing for me to find. I found the foam just fine. I found all of the other supplies just fine. But finding a plastic to use for the mouth plate when they're recommending plastic was so hard because it needs to be a very specific thickness. That's really hard to find, apparently. So it needs to be malleable, like bendy, not stiff, like a lot of like plastic plates are very stiff, like they will crack if you bend them. So you don't want that. You want something that's malleable, and you want it to be able to like hold its shape and not be like floppy like a plastic bag or something. So I got this because I didn't want to spend a lot of money, but then I also needed plastic. So I got both of these. And I can use them for other things that I might need plastic for or like a firm base for. Oh, thank you so much for that follow. So this would be my main recommendation if you're looking to make a puppet and are having trouble finding something plastic. Because, like, you would think that the, off to the gym, happy crafting. Okay, enjoy the gym. I hope you have fun. But yeah, so you would think that the craft store would have something like this just in a sheet, like they have like 1 square foot of paper, like scrapbooking paper. I would imagine that they could have just like a sheet of plastic like this. Just you could buy 1 if you want, you could buy 10, doesn't matter. They don't do that. They don't. So you have to get creative. And so that's the mouth plate. This is the foam head, which we needed 2 of these. Okay, I'm looking for all the fabric ones. And all the foam ones, which are basically just these 2. And this one can go back over here. I wonder how I'm gonna do the body, but I'll look up the video later. So we'll do the bicep and the hand and the body later as well. So I really want to focus on the head and the mouth. So that's the mouth, and this is the head, which will wrap around. The reason that they're taped together and it's wider is because then I only cut 1 piece of fabric instead of having to cut 2 and sew them down the middle. So also this means that there will not be a seam down her nose. If you like the seam down the nose, you could very easily add that in and like like just not tape these two together and cut them separately and sew them together. But I think I want to go with no seam. So that's why I did that. Okay, so setting that aside for now because I really want to get a layer of paint on. Thank you so much for refreshing your lurk. I really want to get a layer of paint on these. Because I'll probably want to paint them like a couple of layers. And I just want white paint, I think. I guess I could paint them a little bit off-white, but this is so white, or you can't really see it now. This is so white that I don't think I will paint them off-white. But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even know if I have a pure white. I also don't want a glossy finish. I want like a matte finish to the eyes because I was reading and apparently a matte finish is better. This actually doesn't say what the finish is of this one. That's kind of weird. Well, we'll open this and we'll use this. Hopefully it works out. I kind of want this out of the way. Let me turn up my gain and then maybe move it over. I don't know. It's just more in the way. It's just always in the way. Okay, can you still hear me from over there? I'll turn it up a little bit more. Okay, you should still be able to hear me just fine from over there. Okay. I literally have had this paint for probably years and never opened it because I always use my vanilla white. Oh, I forget where the camera is. I guess I'll put it here. It's vanilla. And so it's a little bit of an off-white, and I love this shade of white. And that's what I always use. I actually have 2 bottles of it because I like it so much. And don't want to run out. But this one is pure white. And I've never even opened it, so. And this is just palette paper. So it's basically wax paper that comes in like a notebook, and I rip out a sheet and use it until I feel like I can't use it anymore, and then throw it out and use a different one. But ooh, that is not really mixed well. Let's try and salvage it. That's fine. Okay. Did anybody have any weird dreams? I had some weird dreams. Dance, baby, let's get it on. That's my sort of fun. That's my kind. I guess I don't have to paint the back of it. I don't know why I was like, okay, then I'll flip these over and I'll paint the back. I don't have to paint the back of these. Like, even, like, it actually would probably do more harm than good in that the paint could chip off of the glue and like these could pop off of her face. So I'm not going to paint the backs of them. But I don't know why I thought I wanted to. I think I'm just used to having to paint like something in its entirety. I don't know why I didn't listen to that part of the video where the guy was like, I recommend that you paint them even if you used white. Um, Even if you used like something white to make them. But he did. He said that that it's even recommended, like not even like just to cover up if it's a different color, but also that it's recommended. And I'm like, I don't know why, but I'm gonna do it, I guess. I think it's probably because when you go to add the pupil, um, the texture of the thing that I made and the eye will be a more similar texture than like just the clay with like a pupil drawn on it. You know, like it'll be like paint on paint, so it's a more flat surface versus paint on clay. So I think that's probably why, if I had to guess. I could have just rewatched that part of the video, but here we are. So I'm gonna do 2 coats of white and then I'll paint on the pupils. And I think, I don't know, I'm kind of curious to see what you guys think. Do you think that I should do just a big black circle like a lot of puppets have, or do you think that I should give her like a colored iris also? Because I was thinking maybe a colored iris, but I don't know if that would look crazy. But also, I do have 4 eyes and I was only going to give her 2. So I have the chance to like do a little bit of experimenting, you know? Um, okay, I'm going to set this timer for 50 minutes so that I don't forget that I need to leave the house. I need to go to my doctor's appointment. Um, yeah. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna set this aside. We're gonna just like oh gosh. I'm just gonna knock these down further on the page. This is why I use this cardboard, because I think big black people. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like I feel like with the colored pupil, like people might like it kind of can look creepy, kind of. Maybe I'll try increases the amount of silly somehow. Yeah, I agree. I think that like I might try to paint one that has an iris just for the sake of trying it, but I think I'll end up probably using the black one for her look. Okay, so then I'm going to put this over top of here just so that we can get this a little bit out of the way. Oh, wait, I also wanted to take... Oh my god, I forgot that that's how that was holding it up. Oh god. Okay, no, it's really not a problem. Except I have paint on my hands now. And she's probably got a little bit more hair on her eye than she should, but maybe they'll look like veins or something. It's fine. That'll be one of the ones I make with the green. Oh, I was gonna give her green eyes, by the way. I think I have, oh yeah, I do. Amazing. I didn't throw away the paper towels, so I still have a damp paper towel over here. Okay. Amazing. It's mostly off my hand, but I don't mind a little paint on my hands, but um I think it's time that I open this up, which I've been avoiding doing. So he said something about the stretch of the fabric and wanting to cut with the stretch, I think. Like, yeah. Basically, fleece stretches more in one direction than it does the other. And to cut with the stretch. But let me just make sure that that's what he said. um Tired of dirt roads named after high school friends, grandfathers, mothers here still don't know they caught the Boston bombers. You can sort of see my okay. This is white. I can't use this on this. Okay. I guess I'll use a marker. Sorry, he's I'm watching the video. Hello, Tiny. We're working on the puppet today. Yes, we have the mouth plate in. So I can puppet her now. But we're probably going to be cutting out this pattern today. A 15 streak. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, I like this song. I don't know why it just gives me like such vibey vibes, you know? He's shoring up the pattern, making it symmetrical. Okay, I want to see him. Okay. Yes, my stretch is going this way. Okay, so he does want it that way. Okay, perfect. That was all I wanted to see, was which direction the stretch goes in. I need to add the hug thing. Oh my gosh. I think it's in my notes. I'll add it. But Brent exclamation point hug at tiny artist too. Okay. I want it to be, I'm gonna do kind of like a lightish color because while this will be like I'll flip it. Um so the other side is the one that goes over her, but I still don't want it to bleed through too much. And I don't have like a good fabric marker right now. I probably should get one, but I'm sort of like Bryn. You can only buy more supplies when you actually have a project that you need it for. Because I have this bad habit of buying um supplies for things that I think about doing and then like never use them. And your girl can't do that, especially not now that I'm unemployed. I really can't. Oh, like Renegade, darling. I don't know if you're still listening and lurking, but I have thought about making stamps. I would really love to make stamps and carve them, but I am like on a supplies embargo where like I don't I or like a hobby embargo. Like I don't want to pick up any new hobbies. Not because I don't want them, because I do, but because I have too many already. And until I'm like for sure not moving for a while again, or like for sure uh gonna do that thing, or that I have the money for my rent and stuff, like all that thing stuff. As soon as those are shored up, yeah, okay, sure, maybe I'll pick up a new hobby. But until then, I gotta be smart about it. It's so hard though. You're like, ooh, but what if? What if I just did it anyway? You know? Okay. Oh no. Oh no, my pattern is slightly off. That's okay. I think it's slightly off in a way that actually makes it the same. So it's okay. Um I have like a shit ton of this fabric, so if I need to, I can just cut another one. I prefer not to have to cut extra if I don't have to, but like, oh, there they are. Wait, can I grab them from here? I got it. They're my fabric scissors. Whew. Okay. I'm just gonna cut this out so that I can get the rest of this fabric out of the way while I work on tracing out the seam allowance. Watched you move around the room. Okay. I tried to not unravel this completely, but I fear that it may have unraveled completely. There we go. Now it's back to being bundled up, even if it's not a very good bundle. Okay. So then he said to add about a half an inch of seam allowance. That's not half an inch. That's more like a half an inch. A stretch. Every time, like, so I watch Adventure Time every week with my brother on Thursdays. And every time I watch it, I find something else that I'm like, oh, I should steal that and add it to my stream. This is looking pretty good. This is looking pretty legit. How's puppet making? It's going good. I sanded and painted the eyes that I made yesterday. Um, so I think they should be mostly dry right now and ready for the second coat. But yeah, so basically I made these eyes. I made them out of a tablespoon that I got at the dollar store. So I basically just I have saran wrap, so I put like a ball of clay into like a pouch of saran wrap and then put it into this shape and then like pushed it down until it was like this, like a half sphere. Um and then popped it out, took the saran wrap off, baked them. I made 4 of them because I don't know what I'm going to do for painting of them, and then I also don't um I just in case like I messed one up or lost one or broke or whatever, I had extra. Um I also sanded these this morning. Um this is polymer clay that I used to sand it. Or like I use the sand block to sand it, but the white stuff on here is polymer clay, which is what I made these out of. And then I painted them. I'm going to do a second coat, but while I'm waiting to do the second coat, I'm tracing out the seam allowance that I need for this because I am going to use my sewing machine to sew this together. Um I'm getting this marker all over me. Wait, why'd you did you just hear that song recently, or like do you know that I like that song? Okay, the bot was wrong. Got it. Baby Blue is the song you added. Okay, perfect. I think because it was as you clicked accept, it was transferring, so it pulled the next song in the queue, which after this is 1957. I was like, do you know 1957 by Milo Green? And why are you adding it? That's weird. This makes more sense. This is a cute song. Thank you. My allergies have been crazy this week. Oh, I should open up my stream thing. There we go. Oh my gosh, a cute nickname for you, Tiny, would be Ada. Because ATA, like a tiny artist, your initials as like your username would be Ada. I think that would be so cute. Can I call you that? Okay, I'm gonna call you that now. Okay. Woo! I've never actually like sketched out a pattern and then drawn on the seam allowance. I've always, well, like I usually make my own patterns or use a pattern that already has seam allowance. So I think this turned out pretty good. It seems pretty even. This monitor? This is 27 inches, I think. Um, and I think this one is too. Maybe not. Maybe it's like 26, 25. Um, I think it's a little uh more narrow than this one. But yeah, Malachi got me this monitor. Because for those that don't know, I was using my Mac and my Mac is its own monitor. So I wasn't able to have another, like I lost a monitor when I got a new computer. And so for Christmas, Malachi got me a monitor, which was so, so sweet. Yes, we have a new scene. We have a new scene. And on the way home from my doctor's appointment, I'm going to have to stop and get some more supplies because I don't have anything to go in her mouth, really. Like, I don't have a different color fabric to go in her mouth. Um, is so sweet and hot. Yeah, I agree. Hello, Sibley. Welcome in. We're currently cutting out the uh fleece that will go on her head. Sibley, are those emotes for loaf and rum together? Because that's really funny. Okay. I've also never done a sewing project where I'm like working with one piece of fabric on itself like this. Like I feel like I usually am attaching two pieces of fabric to each other, not not like one into a shape. What's actually like amazing though is that I traced this onto the correct side of the fabric, and I'm like, you know, the correct side is the one that's like gonna be used. Oh, see, you can see it bleeding through a little bit. Dang it. I mean, not that that matters because hopefully the seam will cover it up. Like you won't really see it because of the seam. But that's why I didn't use like a Sharpie because it would bleed through. Also because I'm using white fabric, which I know is like, why am I using white fabric? But it's because her skin is going to be white for undisclosed reasons that you could probably figure out if you've been here for more than 5 minutes. But I do like probably need to get some kind of like fabric marker or like fabric, like wax crayon, or I don't know, something. Like one of those heat markers where you heat it up and it goes away. So I can like take my blow dryer to it or something. She's a snowman? Exactly. No. I'm kind of keeping her identity a little bit of a secret. Like a surprise almost. I feel like it will sort of start to reveal itself, like even now with like a like using a white face kind of thing. Kind of reveals it a little bit, but like so also, Tiny, I was talking about this earlier, but this is the pattern that I traced out onto this fabric, and it is oh yeah, you could have a center seam down the nose. Like this is her nose basically. So if you wanted to have a center seam, which some puppets do have one, you would cut these out separately. But I attached them because one, will always take less sewing work if I can, and two, this avoids having the seam down the nose. So I know you're interested in puppets, which is why I called you out like specifically. But it's really information for anybody that might be interested in puppets, but okay, so I don't really know how this is gonna go. Like I'm kind of nervous about it. Like obviously I'm just draping this to like kind of see what it might look like, but I have to like really sew it first. Okay, these go back here. This also goes back here. Same with this. Obviously, it won't be all clumped up because there's some seam allowance that I'm dealing with here. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. I'm gonna add another coat to these. The guy in the video, because I'm following a lot of puppet nerd tutorials, specifically because I don't know, he's the one that I found and he has free patterns. So as you can see from all of the patterns having puppet nerd written on them, that's who I'm using as a coach for this process. And he was saying that it's recommended that you paint the eyes white, even if you used like a white like material to make them. And I don't remember why he said that, or I didn't catch it. But I can only assume that it's because when you go to paint like the pupils, that it would be the same texture if it's paint on paint versus if you did paint on clay, it's very noticeable that the paint is a separate layer, you know. So, and we'll paint the one that I dropped on the floor by accident. I also have 4 eyes, not because I'm gonna give her 4 eyes, although I could technically. Um, but yeah, I'm not giving her 4 eyes, but instead I am giving I wanted to maybe try out a version with an iris as well as a pupil. And then I also, you know, if one of them was like a better shape than the others or something like that, I wanted to have, or like one broke, I wanted to have options. Thankfully, they seem pretty sturdy and they seem pretty like uniformly shaped, which I am pretty happy about. Also, you don't have to paint the back. And in fact, I would recommend that you don't paint the back of them, because if you were to paint the back of them, you would run into the issue of the paint potentially ripping off of the clay and leaving paint and glue attached to your puppet and no eyeball. So if you leave the back unpainted, you will have a better grip from glue to surface to attach them. So that would be my suggestion, is like, don't paint the underside, because I was going to paint the underside. I'm just so used to painting something like in its entirety that I was like, oh yeah, so then I'll paint a coat, I'll flip it over, paint another, flip it over, paint, you know. But then I was like, wait, no, that's actually a bad idea. Don't do that. So I'm not painting the underside. Okay. I'm also gonna open this punch needle and see if I can figure out how to use it, because I will be using it once I get this sewn on her. Because what I want to do is use this yarn and this punch needle to punch through the foam and fleece both at the same time, and that way I can string on her hair. That's my idea. I don't actually know if that'll work or if it will look good, but it's my idea. So, unreasonable. And I'm allowed to make my puppet however I want. That's the beauty of art. Oh, also Ada. I'm gonna remember to tell you that. Malachi and I watched Dark Crystal the other day for his first time watching it. And he enjoyed it, which I was so excited about. Like, as you probably know, I've seen it before, but it was a long time ago. So I feel like, honestly, even I had, like, a good viewing experience. Or, like, a better viewing experience than I even expected, because it was, like, really looking at it from a different perspective, in that, like, I saw it as like art instead of just like a cool fantasy movie that I watched when I was younger. I really like could look at the oh, that's really cute. I'll throw up. Oh my god. You're too sweet. But yeah, like I really wanted, like, as a kid, I just was like, ooh, I love this movie. It's cool. It's fantasy. It's puppets. Like, cool. I love Jim Henson. But now, like, as an adult, I like see every single set piece and practical effect as like, this is art, and these people were so passionate about it. Surrounded by old people. I mean, I was surrounded by old people too, but I guess so was Kira. Okay, so we have our. Oh, these are each. This is 2 needles. I didn't know it came with 2. Okay, so we have to push this through. Why is this not going through to the other side? What's in here? Oh God, I thought it broke. Yeah, did you commission that? Or did you make it yourself? Because it's super professional looking. Not that you couldn't have made it yourself, but okay, why is this? I feel like I need to shove something like else in here that's not this needle. But what? Do I have like some kind of stick that is narrow but firm? Is this narrow enough to fit through here? No. Oh, that's so awesome. I'm trying to think of what I might have that would go through this, that would make this an easier process, but I am not thinking of anything. Because, like, I'm trying to shove this needle in here, right? But it's like the inside of this, like, barrel is very, I don't know if it's like filled with sawdust or what, but there's like a blockage basically. Ooh, I got it through. I got it through. Okay, amazing. Is there another blockage? No. Okay, wait. If I could just get it to the other side, I think when I go to pull the fabric, it will, or the yarn, it will. I want to get the string from the middle. Oh God, this is going to be a mess. Okay, our next project, rolling this into a bowl. And I have 10 minutes before I need to end stream. Who thinks that we can roll this into a ball in 10 minutes? Oh, slash. I'm just looking for one end. Look at that. Okay, maybe we don't need to roll the whole thing into a ball. Maybe I can just re-roll or like like wrap this. I'm just gonna wrap it around. It's fine. There was just no way that I was getting that out the way that it was supposed to come out. Okay, let's see how this goes. Oh, it worked. I'm also hoping that if I can just like, oh yeah, see there's sawdust in here. I'm kind of like trying to floss this tube, which sounds crazy, but there's blockages and I want to clear the blockages if I can. Okay. I was literally gonna say who up flossing their tube, and then I was like, nah, Malachi will say it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Okay. Let's actually see if we can take that piece of extra foam and some of my scrap, and let's see if we can do a little bit of like testing for this punch needle situation. Okay, so basically what I want to do is this. Oh God, it's kind of hard. Be very careful if you want to try this at home. I had to put a lot of force behind that. So then what I would do, I think, is like take it as long as I want it and then cut it, right? And then do another one like right next to it. Getting through the foam part is the really difficult part. So I'm wondering if what I do instead, don't worry, I didn't hurt myself. I'm being very careful. Deli! Hello, welcome in. Puppet time! Yes, we are making a puppet. Okay. So going through both layers is really fucking difficult. And although I will say that it's giving the effect that I want, that the hair is like growing out of her head, and then I could like do something, I'm a little bit concerned with the danger that will be doing this 100 times. So I'm a little nervous about that. So I might try, oh, whoops. Something else. Okay, there we go. I tied these down so this is like how it would actually be. Like you could pull it and it's attached. So this is test 1 for the hair. I'm gonna cut off some of this fleece. And try it just fleece. Um, because I'm sure it'll be a lot easier. Oh, I think the fleece is the problem. Yeah. I would think the foam is easy. Yeah. Yeah, the foam is super easy to cut through. It's the fleece that's the problem. Interesting. I wonder if I took like a blade, like an X-Acto knife or something, and I cut like a little hole everywhere that I wanted to make like a punch. So I just did like this tiny little starter hole. So when you add the larger string through the fleece, make the hole with my leather punch. Oh, you have a leather punch? Okay, interesting. Yeah, see, now it goes through no problem. So I'm wondering if I take like, yeah, okay. Maybe I'll pick up a leather punch now that you said that. Or pick up, thank you so much. I know that you just popped in, but that was incredibly helpful. Um or like some kind of blade so that I can make these like tiny little cuts where I want to put the hair. Just stabbing it works. Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, it's just that this is not sharp enough to cut through. Like I was actually worried that this would be very sharp. It's apparently not that sharp. Which is good for hurting myself, but bad for this specific um craft. Okay, yeah. Um I've never used a punch needle before, so that's also something that I'm trying that's like new is like how that is all working out. Okay, we'll do a couple of more on here just so I can like kind of get the vibe for how this is going. I'm really glad that I tried this on a test piece instead of just doing it directly on her head after like sewing the entire thing. Like that would have been that would have been rough. Okay. Okay. So now we have 3 strings and we have 3 strings back here. So my idea would be obviously she'd have more than 3 strands of hair, but my idea is that I want her to have like kind of natural looking hair and roots. Um and then I will um braid her hair. I want her to have braids. Probably just like 2 big chunky braids, but I could also do littler braids too. Um she's going to be kind of a zany character, I think. Um so she can have whatever kind of hair she wants. But then also because I'm using this kind of like yarn for her hair, I could also change how it's styled. Like I could take the braids out and like give her space buns or something one day if I wanted. That's something that I find really enjoyable about like dolls and like different things that I have to like work with, is to like interact with them, like change their how their hair looks, or like do stuff like that. So also I'm really glad that I didn't take these little tape thingies off of the back of this, because I feel like they really helped me get this stuff in without hurting myself by poking with the pointy end of these. So oh, I didn't realize that they were actually like separate. I thought that they were attached. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay. Oh, I was gonna put them back in the tube for safekeeping. Have any of you used punch needling before? Because this is my first time ever using one. Ooh, that's my timer. Because I have a doctor's appointment. Okay. Alrighty. I am gonna have to leave my desk in this state of disarray, which is gonna be really fun to come home to. And I'm gonna be like, ah, when I get home. But you know what else is new? Okay. Oh no. Okay. An ad break started anyway. It's fun, but like I said, I would recommend you do some experimenting if you're gonna use it, because like I didn't even realize that like the foam was the easy thing to punch and the fabric was the hard thing. So I'm gonna need to work on that. Like that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think I know where we're gonna go when we come back from this ad break. I don't want to raid out in the middle of an ad break, so I'm gonna wait for everybody to come back. We're gonna talk for a minute, and then maybe I'll even I have a few minutes. I could start painting some of the eye. Because just for those that are in my life and might be like, Bryn, don't miss your appointment, like Malachi, if you're listening. My appointment's at 1:45. So I have, and the hospital is very close to my house. It's like 10 minutes away. So I have time. I just wanted to give myself like the marker of, hey, maybe you should like pay attention to the time. Okay. This is an olive color. Maybe I'll take my trash out too. Maybe that'll be a good thing for me to do when I go out. Okay. So I think I want to make one of the sets of eyes have also, I store my paint upside down so that I can see what the bottom looks like, so I can see all the colors. Because a lot of my lids don't have, like this one has a sticker, but a lot of them don't have stickers. Like I'm trying to find, like this one does not have a sticker on it. So it would just be a bunch of white tops. So I store them upside down so that I can see what color they are. Not that that really matters, but maybe just tips and tricks of a craft hoarder. Okay. Which eyes do I think? I think these might be the best ones, so I will leave these for just the pupil. And I will do an iris on these ones. Oh, this is going to be hard. I didn't even think about the fact that I have to draw a circle with a paintbrush. I'm sorry I'm left-handed and the camera's on the left. That's my bad. It's just where it sits better in the room. It's closer to the outlet to plug in my phone. Because for those that don't know, my phone is my second camera. I actually don't have a second webcam. It's just my phone. So if you're texting me while I'm streaming like this, I will not be able to answer the text message. Okay. I think we're out of ads. We're gonna raid out soon because I have a doctor's appointment. But I didn't want to raid out like during the ad or like immediately right after you got back from the ad. So I'm just doing a little bit of painting to set myself up for when I get back. And I think I'm gonna like go and get some supplies while I'm out, but I don't think that I'm gonna keep working on this puppet today. Mostly because I think that it would be fun to keep working on the puppet on stream. So I don't think that you'll miss much. I might sew the face just because the way that this camera's set up, it's not really showing my sewing machine, right? Like you'd be seeing the back of my body. And not that that's bad, but it's just not good for like the camera view. So I might do that off camera, but we'll work on like attaching details and all that good stuff when we're back on Monday. So that's the plan. Basically, I'll be off for the next 2 days. Then I will be back on Monday because I am full-time streaming. And we'll be doing crafting on Monday and then gaming probably on Tuesday, unless we're like really close to finishing the puppet. Then I might start with that and then game after that. Oh god, and I have to make them match? What do you mean I have to make them match? So basically then on Wednesday, I'll probably do co-working again. I think like that's a good flow for stream. Thursday will be Marley again, as always. Probably Ranch Simulator because we're addicted. And then Friday, I don't know what I'm going to do next Friday yet. I mean, that is a week from now, so I feel like that's okay that I don't know what I'm going to do in a whole week, but maybe gaming, because I don't know if I'll have another craft lined up right after this puppet, unless well, actually, I don't think we're going to be done with the puppet by like Monday, actually. Like we might be done with her like as a puppet, but I need to make her clothes and stuff. So maybe we'll do crafting again. And I shouldn't have to leave early next Friday. I should have all day. Um, because um I should have all day because I don't have a doctor's appointment like I do today. But I wanted to start back on streaming full time this week because it's the first week of March, and I felt like that was a good like starting a new like type of day was the beginning of a month. Um and I'll be so honest, I kind of forgot that I was going to have a doctor's appointment this week. Um but I don't think any of you are upset like truly that I can't keep streaming all day because I'm still here and you know I got stuff to do. Thank you for that hydrate. I think I might have to take a drug test, so I should be hydrating a lot. So that I can pee when I get there. But for those that aren't aware, I take Adderall, and in my state, they have to drug test you to make sure you're not selling the Adderall, and that you're actually taking it. So I'm not like on any watch lists or anything. It's just part of the regulation of getting prescribed a strong medication. Um, so don't worry. I'm not I'm not on drugs. Well, at least not anything hard. Okay. I didn't know that was a thing. Pretty neat. Yeah, like I don't mind doing that. I was like, does it just test for the Adderall? And she's like, well, it tests for everything, but if you have like THC in your system, we don't really care. It's more just to make sure you're not like doing crack or like selling your Adderall. And I'm like, okay, great. Okay, perfect, because there will probably be THC in my system. But you know. I got put on Prozac for my period during my appointment today. Oh, interesting. Okay, I think that these kind of match. So these are her eyes, but basically what I'm gonna do is it's gonna be like 90% pupil. Like I just wanted there to be a base shape underneath, and I'll probably take a slightly darker green and add like some lines for like eye details. And then these ones will just have black, but I'm waiting to do the black until I can do both at the same time, which means I have to wait for them to dry first before I can do that. So, yeah, so these are the eyes starting out. And then they're gonna be also like cut sort of down the middle because that's sort of how Muppets look is they have like well, some of them it's just their eye, but the way that I'm going to make this one is I'm going to take some of the fleece and I'm going to put it over her eyelid a little bit, and I'm also going to give her some eyeliner. So it's going to be a little bit more like that. So I don't know whether I'm going to keep the colored iris ones or if I'm going to keep the just black pupil ones, but I'm doing both because it's fun. Because it's fun. Okay, I really gotta raid out now. I know we're gonna go because my friend is just coming back from a stream hiatus herself. So that's like super exciting. Um And so I want to go and show my support over there. I literally just found out she was on a break too, like the other day, because I was like, wait, where's Julie been? I haven't seen Julie live in forever. And then I went to her Discord because I have like most Discords muted. So if I'm in your Discord and I never post or react or comment on anything, and you're like, does she even care? I do care. I just can't manage 8 million Discords. I'm in like 100, by the way. I'm in like 100 Discords. So it's not about you. It's all me. It's me. It's a me problem. Um, but I will go there if I'm like, huh, is there information I should know, like a break? And sure enough, Julie was like, yeah, I'm taking a break. So, but she's back apparently, randomly today. So it works out. Okay, so if you want to follow me on my socials, you can do so by going to my card and following links there. Um, you're more than welcome to do that. And then we're gonna have the raid messages. If you are subbed, you can use the owl emotes, and if you are not subbed, you can use the heart emotes. I'm gonna start this raid over to Julie now. Okay, perfect. Um, okay, so we're gonna go over there. Thank you so much for being here today. And yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad to see you, Deli. Like, I want you to know that I want you to be living your best life. And if that means not being on Twitch, I fully 1000% support that. But I've missed you, and you are loved by so many people on this platform. And I'm so happy every time that I do get to see you, even if it's few and far between lately. So, I just wanted to throw that out there while I had the chance. But yes, thank you for stopping by. And thank you all for being here. I appreciate every single one of you, the new people that popped in, and our usual homies. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you all on Monday. Bye.